Oh my god. No, the light is lighting today, you guys. Like the sun. Ooh, I think I just picked golden hour basically to do this video. And now I'm just trying to see where would be best to kind of like sit so that you got the right lighting, you guys. I think I'm gonna try and sit here. The background might be a little bit boring, but at least the sun won't be too distracting for now. So hi party peoples, I am doing a makeup video today, and it's just been on my heart to do a makeup video. It's been so long since I've even purchased purchased anything makeup related, but makeup was my first love, and makeup was and it still is. Makeup was the category that got me really into uploading YouTube videos and doing YouTube properly. And of course, for being a content creator now that I am, I still always do my makeup behind the scenes and things like that, but I don't usually film it for, you know, my channel or anything. But today I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the spirit. So we're gonna get ready, okay? I'm gonna start off doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna start off with the Sacred Nourishing Hair Oil. I have been a big fan of these sacred products. I started off with the rice treatment and the conditioner and the oil and the lotion, and then I've basically now kind of moved to the whole suite of things. The only thing that I don't have or I haven't tried is the exfoliating shampoo, but everything else I really like. I really like, and that's not because I'm also a huge Beyonce fan, but the products actually really do speak for themselves. And it came at a really timely point in my life because I decided that I wanted my natural hair to be super healthy. And if you can hear noise at the back, it's my cat decided that he wanted to use the kitty litter like at this specific moment. Bear with me, y'all. You see that shine? You see that shine? So good. So yeah, this is such a brilliant product. Like, if I was to recommend one thing from the entire line, it would be this. And my natural hair has really been enjoying all the products, which I'm so happy about, because I said to myself that I was going to make sure that I invested in my natural hair to get it into the healthiest state possible. Z-cat. Anyway, okay, so maybe I'll bring you guys in a little bit. Would that be a little bit better? Yeah, check out the face. Hi girls. Today, I mean, I don't know what's been up with me and my sleep pattern. I've been doing the most because I'm a nocturnal creature at heart, which means I can be up all night, all night. That's not an issue, but it does throw things off when it comes to the afternoon, because now it looks like, I don't know, I don't think it looks too bad, but basically like my sleep has been super off. But I'm such a nocturnal person that I enjoy working at night, so it doesn't bother me, but it just ends up being that I miss half the day anyway. But this is the Pat McGrath Labs Intensifies Long Wear Primer, and I have been using this in place or in conjunction with, is it here? No, it's not here because I think I finished it. But anyway, my favorite primers of all time, the NARS Smudge Proof Primer, which is really good for oily lids, and this one. Now this one isn't the best for oily lids, but if you want really vivid colors, or if you have eyeshadow and you want it to be quite vivid, or if you have any glitters and you want them to stick, adhere, and be pretty, this works really well, especially for matte eyeshadows. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Matte eyeshadows blend over that really well. So I'm just going to use that as a base. Now we're going to do something a little bit different, or we're going to do it differently today, because usually I do my base first and then I go into my eyes, but I want to try the eyeshadow first and then we can go into the base. So like I said, it's been ages since I've actually purchased any new makeup. I did a decluttering a couple of years ago and decided that it was just too wasteful. Like, there was so much money that I threw away. I was pissed, right? By the time I did my whole declutter, I was like, I could have bought some shares. It could have gone towards rent. It could have gone towards food. What am I doing? So I did a huge declutter and I ended up keeping just everything that I felt like was akin to me and who I am. And one of those was this. This is the Natasha Denona Gold Palette, the original. I know she's come out with another one and mine is busted. It is busted, but that's just because I really enjoyed this palette. And actually it's more busted than anything because some of these colors were very fragile and used to just crack for no reason. but I still really actually like fully enjoy this palette. So I feel like we're going to use this today. I'm not too sure what eye look I'm going to create, because I never do. I never know what eye look I'm going to create from day to day. Like usually, or sometimes what will happen is I'll have a look that I'm doing for a certain amount of time, and then I'll just stick to that, and then I'll switch over to something else. And now is the time where I'm like, I need to switch over to something else because I'm getting bored with my normal look. But what I'm going to start off with is maybe this color. I want to go into something glittery. So this one right here, which is just a soft bronze color. I'm going to use that across the main part of the lid. Let's start on this side first. Can you all see that? Really pretty. Just like a light dusting or something. Now I could use a brush. I actually really don't need to use my fingers, but being that this formula is a little bit older now, it is drying out just a little bit. So it's a lot easier when I use my finger. And the base is still tacky as well, so it helps adhere a little bit more. So I'll sit on this side so you guys aren't getting confused with the lighting and everything. And then I want a glitter moment. I've been enjoying shimmers, glitters, you name it. I'm always in something glittery. It doesn't matter whether it's like on my body, on my clothes, on my face. I'm always in something glittery. I just really like that. So this that I'm using is from Makeup Revolution, which you cannot see. The whole thing has completely obviously smudged off. It's Makeup Revolution's glitter base, I believe. They still have it, and it's really affordable, and it's very sticky. And this, as you can imagine, is great for glitter. So I'm just going to pop that really right in the center. It doesn't have, if you have oily lids, it will break up eventually, or the oil on your lids will mix with this and break up eventually. What you'd have to do is you'd have to go in with like the NARS smudge proof primer, which is really good for oily lids, and then go on top with this. But I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted to play in, you know, eyeshadow and stuff. So I'm okay if it wears off. Now we're gonna go into this color up here. I'm really trying not to bend this too much because some of these colors will just pop out. They will just pop out. And this one is a shimmery shade. So I'm gonna put that in the center, quite high up. I want that to almost hit my eyebrow. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Now we're gonna go into the palette again. I'm gonna take one of these lighter browns. There is pretty much no difference between these browns. I tell you, like they look different, like to eyeball it, but by the time they're on your lids, it's like literally the same thing. At least on my skin tone, so it doesn't matter which ones I pick, but I'm just gonna use that towards the end and feather it out. I'm going for something super easy, as you can see. As you can see. Just like that. Just like that. Oh my gosh. I forgot how fun. Like usually when I'm doing my makeup, I'm trying to get ready to film, you know? And I'm like so focused on trying to get ready to film that I forget to just enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm actually, so I used that shadow there. I'm going to use that one up top and lightly put that like on the top curve right there, just to create a bit more of a shape with the eye. But yeah, I'm usually in such a rush that I forget to just enjoy it, you know, to just enjoy the whole process of playing in your makeup and just playing, you know, because it's so much fun. It really is. Now I am questioning what I need to put in the inner corner. I think I know what I'm going to do actually to put in the inner corner. I'm going to go into another oldie but goodie. This is the Hourglass palette that they released maybe a couple of Christmases ago. They do these palettes like every Christmas, every holiday season. And this one was the elephant one. I don't know the official name, but it looks like this. I really enjoy this palette. Like I get so much use out of it, and that's what I wanted from my collection. I'm just going in with a highlighter color. Oops, sorry, there we go. That's the highlighter color. I get so many uses from this, and what I wanted when I decluttered my collection was to be able to keep all of the things that were making me happy and all the things that I'll be able to use a lot, you know. And this was one of them. This was one of the ones where I was like, yeah, I need to keep this around because I love using it. Like these Should I do a little swatchy swatch for you guys? It's been so long since I've done one of these. I'm gonna do, okay, so I'll do a swatch. So here's the highlighter, that's the bronzer, first blush color, second blush color, and they look like this. Let me swatch it out. Highlighter, bronzer, first blush color, second blush color, and that's them. Very, very, very pretty colors and super easy. Great for day to day, great for just playing around with and being able to create some really easy, simple looks for yourself that you can just like get out the door. You don't have to think too much. Now I'm not gonna swatch these two, which are the finishing powders, because they don't swatch worth a damn and you're not really interested in the swatch for them. You'll see them on the face. I'll do it on the face so you guys can see that. But I think I'm gonna leave the eyes like that for just the moment, because I do want to go in with more glitter if I can. See how that glitter is popping? Oh, I might add more. And you know who's good for adding more glitter? Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath Astral Shades. Don't even get my good sis started. But I'm going to now get into the face, right? So let's use a base. We're gonna need a primer, girl. Let me go get that. Oh, so we are gonna use this one. This is the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Blur Smooth Blur Drops. This one right here. This one's really good for mattifying the skin and also kind of smoothing out the base. Now I tend to not overuse this because I realized the more time it's had to sit in my collection, the more mattifying it's got. So I don't love a super matte look on my face. I tend to go for something that's a little bit more natural, a little bit more radiant, you know what I mean? So I don't use this a lot, but the combination that I want to use today in terms of complexion is going to require a slightly matte base and a slightly smooth one as well. So I'm just going to spread that out. Now the thing about primers is the longer you let them sit, well, not the longest, right? But if you let them sit for a couple of minutes, that's when they kind of activate and they start to work a little bit better. So whilst that is sitting on the skin, I am going to go, what lipstick color do I want to wear? Let me go and pick my lipstick and then I'll be back. I just had some tea. That's why you can hear me smacking my mouth. But I'm gonna go in with the Ouai Tower 28 lip gloss. They did this in collaboration with Ouai's scent, Bart's Scent, and I found this. I'll leave the website that I found this down in the description section so you guys can check it out. But basically this website has access to products that you can't easily get in the UK, and I saw that this was available on their site and I just purchased because I'm a big fan of this scent. It's so pretty for summer, so I just had to get it. So we're gonna put that on the lips for the time being. I'm also gonna go in with a color corrector. Now this one I actually need to get rid of because it is dry. It's dry, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Miracle Eye Wand, and I wish they would bring this back. They basically discontinued this color first of all, and then but the other colors were still available for a long time, and then I haven't seen this product again on their website. It's got one side which has got like caffeine, so you can like wake up and brighten your eyes, and then the other side is a color corrector. So I'll show you how it works because today it looks like I think I'm gonna need it. So this is the caffeine side, or the skincare side, let's call it that, and then basically you just pop that under your eye and smooth it out, and it helps to awaken your eyes. But it makes more sense when you've got puffy eyes. When you've got really puffy eyes, you'll be able to see it a little bit more. It just made my eye look red, but don't worry, it does work. And then on the other side you've got the color corrector, which is like an orange, and I love this product, but like I said, it's been discontinued, so I'm going through whatever last bits that I have and holding on to it. You see how it's just kind of like blending, not the best. Yeah, it is what it is though. I'm definitely in the season of using my stuff up. I don't even care no more. After I threw away as much as I threw away and realized that I basically just was throwing away money in this economy, why would you do that to yourself? I was like, you know what, It's not gonna happen anymore. I'm gonna keep my stuff. So okay, that looks particularly orangey, guys, but don't worry, it's not an allergic reaction or anything. So how have you guys been? How's life treating y'all? I know for a lot of people it's been very challenging and quite tough. I think since 2020, 2019, a lot of people have been forced to change and consider being a different version of themselves, which is always hard. It's always hard, especially when you were quite happy being the person that you were before, you know? But a lot of changes in our systems and otherwise, require that we are different people now. And I get it. I get it if it's a little bit tough. I get it if you are struggling with that, and I get it if it feels really unfair. And maybe this is just me mentally spewing, but I definitely have experienced a few things in my life that's made me realize of like, wow, people are really going through it. People are really, really, really going through it. So I'm just going to use the color corrector bit to even out my chin area. And I should be, I don't know why I'm using my finger. I should be using a brush because I want this to be a little bit more even. And the primer is basically just holding on to it. So I should be using the brush. Don't be like me. Use a brush. If you go in with a color corrector, use a brush. Don't be like me. But yeah, I completely get it. And you know what I also realized though? In changing myself and having to change and be a different person, I realized that the old version of me wasn't as bomb as I thought she was. She was aight. She was okay. She was good. She was fun. She was fun. But I just realized that there was so much wrong. You know what I mean? Like there's so much wrong that for me, the change was so necessary. Like having to change everything was so necessary. And most of my biggest changes have come from my immediate support group. I realized that I was kind of outsourcing too much of my emotions to the wrong people, or too much of like my support to the wrong people, you know? People who couldn't even really support themselves, I was out there telling them they should support me, and that's not it, you know? All right, so this side doesn't have as much color corrector as this side. I'm not gonna add, I'm not doing it, but you get the gist, you get the gist. So what we're gonna do next actually is we're gonna go into another product. This is a concealer product. This is from Fenty Beauty, and this is in the color 410W. Now I got this when I was a little bit more tan. I had just come back from holiday, so I can't use it as an under eye concealer for brightening anyway. So I tend to use it on areas where I just want to kind of, you know, perfect or conceal if I have any, you know, gray areas and things like that. And this is such a gorgeous concealer formula. I will go back and get a brighter color for my under eye because I really enjoy this. So yeah, for me the change has been like, oh my gosh, this is so necessary. Like now I've stopped like having a tantrum about it. I realized that it was so necessary for me to change. I didn't realize how much of the things that I was doing and what I like leaning on people or certain people was really causing a lot of disturbance in the grid, you know? And now that I've let go of a lot of those relationships, my life feels definitely a lot smoother, a lot smoother. So for foundation, we're gonna go into a skin tint, and this is from Summer Fridays. I'm just gonna shake it up because I have not worn this in a while, or it kind of gets gloopy if you leave it for a while. And this is in the color or the shade number 6. You won't be able to see that. But yeah, you know, it's been interesting to kind of like walk away from things that you thought that you were always going to be a part of, and to start new things that you didn't expect to do. And that in itself is also a little bit of a shock, a culture shock, because it made me realize that everything that I thought that I wasn't. And that can be a tough pill to swallow, especially if the majority of your life you've kind of relied on having this particular personality type that, you know, knows everything or is good at a certain thing, and then life gives you some lessons and it turns out that you weren't the person that you thought you were, or at least that kind of character type wasn't right for you, you know. That can be a little bit hard to swallow and stomach. But I think if you can embrace, or if you can find a way to embrace that challenge, it will really serve you for the best, because there's so much changing in real time that I feel like the world, earth, God is trying to prepare you to be ready for that world. I really don't believe God, universe, or anybody else is trying to like make you a bad person or trying to like punish you. I really don't. I think a lot of times us as humans, we can want to punish ourselves because we think that we're terrible and we know what we get up to and we feel like we're not worthy. But in terms of God, I don't think God actually wants us to suffer like that. I think that we just kind of get caught up in feeling like we have to. So I'm going to go in with a powder product, and this is from Huda Beauty, and this is from her Glowish line. Now I believe she said that she's discontinuing this line, but I'm so obsessed with these powders that I'm now on the hunt for them when they drop price. As soon as they drop price, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get several backups. I've had this for a long time, but I really enjoy it. And the thing is, I'm just looking for my sponge. That's why I had this for so long and didn't use it. So when I did the declutter, I was like, let me keep it around to make sure that I do use it. And now that I've been using it, I actually really enjoy it. So this could easily be my day-to-day foundation, but I've been holding on to it a little bit more just until I can get my backups. So I've got a damp sponge. It could be more damp actually. Let me, one sec. Okay, my damp sponge dried out. So I'm just gonna take my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray, replenishing one. I'm just gonna wet it a little bit so it gets damp again. But yeah, this is, it's such a shame that I didn't get more uses out of it when it was proper fresh, but that's what happens when you've got too big of a collection for yourself that you just can't keep track. So I'm using number 9 Extra Tan. Excuse me. And we're gonna just pop that on the face, and it's just so beautiful. Now actually what I should have done is maybe gone down with a concealer first, but I think I should be fine. This powder works really well with liquids, so I don't have to worry about it breaking up or anything. So I should be fine. I just won't take it up too high. But yeah, so I don't think the universe is trying to break you or make you, you know, condemn you or anything like that. I think sometimes as human beings, your soul kind of gets very curious, and your soul collects a lot of lessons, and it kind of feels a lot as it's going through its journey, and it decides that it's not good enough. And then once it decides that, it starts to create some stories to kind of show that that's what it thinks and believes. And before you know it, you're in a rut. And if you let life kind of like happen for you and not against you, you realize that it's actually there to help you move into a better version of yourself. So I'm going to go in with the concealers now, and this is from LYX. This is the Triple Fix Full Coverage Concealer. I forget the color because the sticker came off, but I got this when I was in the US like a couple of years ago, and that, oh, one of the best things I bought on that trip. Now for the under eye, for a little bit extra brightening, I'm going to go in with another Glowish product, and this is from Huda Beauty again. This is the Glowish 06 Medium Tan Bright Light Sheer Concealer. This one's quite sheer, but it is a little bit brightening. So I'm just going to layer it. They look like the same color, don't they? They do. They look like the same color. Okay, let me go ahead and blend. Is this the right brush? Probably not. Ooh, okay. So, I've got a cat. So sometimes he'll sleep in my bed, and then when he does, I'll have hair all over me. Some of it's my hair, some of it's hair. It's just unavoidable. It just transfers. But anyway, back to the face. We're gonna go into an oldie but a goodie, and this is a Diamond Glow Powder in Le Peach from Artist Couture, and this was their collaboration with Jackie Aina. Do you guys remember this? Ooh, when I was doing my decluttering, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't use this babe enough. I don't use her. And then I was like, so use her then. You know what I mean? Like, why are you umming and ahhing about it? Especially because this is a dry product, so it's not like it's a cream that's gonna, you know, expire and whatnot. And ever since I used it again, I was like, oh, this was such a magical product. Especially this color. It's not that easily dupeable. You'd be surprised. I've got a lot of rose gold pinky tone highlighters, but this, just like the name suggests, was a little bit more peach than pink, and that's what makes it so unique. So I kept it around and I've been really enjoying wearing it. It's just such a pretty highlight color for summer as well, you know, when you just don't want to go gold, just throw a little bit of the peach. Very nice. How are we doing? Very nice. I'm not super into a bright highlight either nowadays, so I like to keep it quite subtle, but I will put some there and some there. Just finish it off. Just like that. Now, if you've been keeping up, no, that's not true. That's not true. I was gonna say if you've been keeping up with my channel, but if you're on my Patreon channel, you've probably seen me use this a few times. So my Patreon channel, basically we talk about spiritual content, improving yourself, motivational, just becoming the best version of you. I have a few of those type of videos here on my YouTube, but I decided to move it over to my Patreon just so that there's a place for it that doesn't get confused and muddled up with the makeup and the fashion side of things on YouTube. Anyway, I've been loving this palette. So this is from Patrick Tar. This is the Major Headlines Blush palette volume 2. I know a lot of people did not like this when it came out, but I was one of the people who actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And now he's actually released this highlighter formula in singles, and I'm really glad that I kept this because now I don't have to go ahead and get those. But actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and lightly set the under eye. I'm just looking outside because the sun is setting as well. Going into the Hourglass palettes, we're gonna go into this shade in the middle, and I just want to lightly set. I'm not trying to do like a bake or anything like that, but it's just to make sure that there's a little bit of powder over that concealer so it doesn't move around too much. There you go, you can see the difference. It just does a little bit of enough to brighten and lightly set the under eye. I'm going to need a bronzer, but I think I'm gonna pull out another oldie but goodie. Who remembers this? Who remembers this? This is from Fenty Beauty. This is their bronze shimmer powder, and this came out I think a few years ago, and I really enjoy Fenty Beauty's like summer collections. Like every time they come out with something, I'm usually there. This year I didn't get their summer collection, although the packaging was so cute. But with the blush colors that they came out with, I already have those colors like 2-3 times over, so I didn't want to make anything else in the rest of my collection redundant. However, it reminded me that I still have this. Now mine is a little bit on the fragile side because a lot of the formula to this is very soft, so I know a lot of people, theirs was cracking, and I could have sent it back and gotten them to like send me another one that wasn't cracking, but everybody's was cracking, so I knew like if they just sent a replacement, that one was most likely going to be cracked as well. So I just kept it, and it's been okay. I kind of keep it in the packaging and just use it that way. But this is such a beautiful shimmery bronzer formula. I'm telling you, Fenty has some bangers for sure. Fenty next to Pat McGrath Labs is actually my favorite makeup brand. Fenty Beauty, Pat McGrath Labs, Huda Beauty. Love those three. They have my heart. I'm gonna get this brush here, which has a little bit more of a tapered center, and I want to get a little bit more of a direct bronzage. Now I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but I can see the shimmer, and I think it looks very pretty. I'm just gonna put it over the cheeks as well, just before we put the blush down, because I'm not gonna go blush heavy today. Although I love a bit of blush. Yep, there you go. See, you can't even really tell too tough that anything's going on. Especially with this one, it's got a really nice blurring kind of effect. Like if you were to dust this over the whole face, it looks so pretty, and it actually doesn't emphasize any texture. They did their big one with this formula. They really did. And that just kind of, it just reminded me. I was like, you know, we get so caught up with buying all the new stuff just to say that we've got the new stuff, but we forget like this stuff is a banger. This stuff was good. Like I enjoy my makeup when I have products like this that I really, you know, enjoy using, of course. But it's like, especially when I was doing makeup, it was such a rush for everybody to be first to get a product, or first to try something, you know, new, because you were fighting with the algorithm and you wanted your video to show up. So YouTube was just kind of like making everybody give up their third kidneys to be able to do so. And it's not for me. I realized that I want to be able to sit down and enjoy and do my makeup and use products that I love. I don't care if they're new, I don't care if they're old. I just want to be able to use the products and the things that I love and connect with people, you know. So I'm actually going to go in with another bronzer to carve my nose out, and this is from Pat McGrath Labs, and this is the face palette. So this came out with, I think, last year's holiday collection, Christmas collection, that type of thing. This is a gorgeous palette. So this, so good. This color is making me literally want to go and pick up about 3 other shades, blush shades that she's got. But I want to do a really big Pat McGrath haul, okay? So when you see Pat McGrath popping on my channel, just know I probably lost my mind. But because she's one of my favorite brands, and okay, so this is what I actually did, right? I decided that I was going to really be focused, that's what I'm trying to find, focused on the things that I use, how I use them, how frequently, so that I wasn't wasting, I wasn't buying stuff that I wasn't using, that kind of thing, right? And in that process, I ended up finishing up a lot of my makeup products. I finished up some foundations, thank God. I actually finished the Pat McGrath foundation, and I realized I was just being precious about it, but I finally finished it. And you know, threw it away. And there was a few other foundations that I actually finished and threw away. So what I'm trying to do is to work through my collection before I get new stuff in, because the stuff that I have is very good quality, and I just want to make sure that I'm not, you know, throwing away money, but I'm also using stuff and just enjoying using stuff, you know, not forgetting about them, forgetting about all my stuff. So before I do the big Pat McGrath haul, there's a few bronzers, concealers, and things like that that I just want to like make my lipsticks. I want to make myself familiar with, use them, be done with them, and then bring in new makeup, because then I'll know where the gaps are. You know what? Since the light has come back in, let's go in with more glitter, because then you guys will be able to see it. We're going to go back into the Natasha Denona gold palette, and I'm going to take this color right here, the white one. Now there's a little bit of blue in there, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It won't transfer. This is what it looks like, but once it's on the lid, ooh, I'm just going to share it out a little bit. Put it there. There, you guys see that? It is so beautiful. It creates that like wet eyelid effect that I'm such a huge fan of. You just have to know that. Oh my gosh, I keep covering it, but hopefully you guys are seeing. It creates like this wet look that I love. So beautiful. Okay, cool. I think we're done with that palette. We can now go into the blush. And let me get closer to you guys. The blush that I've really been enjoying has been this apricot color right here, this one. But I think I might go in with the pink, or maybe just a combination of them. Who knows, why not? Let me see. Oh, actually, no, I want to try something. I'm going to go in with the pink. Wait, hold on. I want to try something, but I don't know if this will work. Okay, cool. So what I wanted to do is actually layer this blush color on top of one of the other blushes. So this is what the palette looks like. This is the one from the Hourglass palette, and these two are from the Patrick Tar one. This is the very pink one, this is the apricot one. There you go, hopefully you can see. I think I'm gonna go with the apricot color, and then I'm gonna layer that with the Hourglass palette as well. So just taking a little bit. So yeah, I've just come on camera to just tell everybody, like, or whoever watches me, don't be afraid of change, which is rich coming from me. Very, very rich, because one of the things that I thought I was really good at was change, being that my life was always changing so much. You know, I've moved a lot in my life, I've changed jobs a lot in my life, you know, like I've just done a lot. So I thought, oh, I must be really good at change because I do it all the time. But I realized that I'm not good at change because I tend to hold on to things that I should let go of. I hold on to them for way too long, and then they turn sour and stale. And then I end up feeling like something is wrong with me, or someone's wronged me, you know? But it was just because like I held on to something way too long that honestly, had I paid attention or had I listened to God, I would have let go of it a long time ago and would have been fine. But I think it's because I realized that I'm familiar with change, but I don't love it. I don't like it. Like sometimes, don't get me wrong, there's things that I don't mind changing. I don't mind changing my hair. I don't mind changing my clothes. I don't mind changing anything design aesthetic. I can be blonde today, brown tomorrow, red the week after. Like I have no issues with that. Makeup, no issues. But when it comes to things that I feel like are really rooted in me, I'm just going in with the Pat McGrath palette. This one came out years ago, and I'm going into this center color. But once I realized like there's certain things that are really deeply rooted in me that to me give me stability, I don't want to change that. I don't like changing that. I don't like changing that. But then I also realized that the reason why I was having to change it so much was because it was already flawed. It was already wrong off rip. If I had chosen the right things, arguably I wouldn't have had to change those things. If I had chosen the right job, arguably I wouldn't have had to change it so much. If I had chosen the right place to live, arguably I wouldn't move around so much, you know? And it's just one of those things that when you're growing up and becoming an adult, you think that you know what you need, and then life shows you that you have no idea what you need and you're still learning. You're still a baby. You're still a baby. So give yourself some grace, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I really want to do eyeliner, and I'm gonna blend out, don't worry, I will blend out the nose contour, okay? I will blend it out. But I think I want to go into lips really quickly. So I'm just gonna wipe off the gloss because the lipsticks I pulled out are already pretty like satin finish. And this is gonna shock you guys. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, what? Do you guys remember these? The Nicki Minaj and MAC collaboration lipsticks. Y'all remember these? Back when MAC used to make us lose our minds with their collections. Yeah, so I still have my Rihanna collection with MAC and my Nicki Minaj. Now I know you can get these colors again. I think, you know, like the market has definitely improved a lot, so you can definitely get colors like this somewhere with some brand, but for the nostalgia of it all, I still keep them around, and then they still smell good. They don't smell weird. So this is the pink print. It's the pink one. And then the one I'm most likely going to use, which is Nicki's Nude, is this one here. Oh, my favorite is actually Nicki's Nude. Really love that color. So I think I'm going to use that on the lips with some sort of lip liner and some lip gloss for sure. Bam bam dee dum bam bam dee dum bam. I'm just gonna pull you guys back out because the light has changed a little bit as well, so this might be a better vantage point. So I've got the Nicki's Nude in the center. I'm gonna go in with this lip liner here from Pat McGrath Labs, and this is in the color Suburbia. It is a pink color, and I'm just gonna use that to basically feather in Nicki's Nude, so it's a little bit more gradual. Now to finish off the lips, I'm going to go in with this lip liner from Morphe, and it's in the color Sweet Tea. Now this one is pretty much my skin tone, so it's going to help like those colors mesh in quite nice. There we go. So I'm actually going to go off camera, finish off the face, and then I'll come right back. All right, so I'm back, you guys. I've put some lashes on, finished up the eyes. Now these lashes, I got them from TK Maxx, girl. Let me see if I can even pull them out. They are from this brand, TK Maxx. I usually just get my lashes from TK Maxx because they're inexpensive and they have these really like nice light fluttery lashes that I enjoy wearing. I'm going to do something that I've really been enjoying, and this is Royal Icing from Fenty Beauty. This is one of their diamond bombs, and I don't know if you can get this again, but every so often it comes in and out of stock on their website, so definitely check it out. And it's another shimmery situation because, like, I'm telling you guys, I freaking love the shimmer and the glow. Give me a little bit of shimmer and glow And you have my heart, you do. Now what I've been doing with this is actually putting it like there on my nose to just glisten a little bit in the sunlight, and I love that. That pop a little of a little something. I really, really enjoy it. Now I'm tempted, oh my gosh, so tempted, and I think I will just pop it there where I have the other glitter as well to add dimension. Yeah, I'm a glitter fiend, okay? Anything that sparkles, I'm all about. Okay, we're pretty much done. I just want to make sure my lashes are actually like holding. So we're pretty much done, but I'm going to go in with a gloss, and this is from Pat McGrath Labs, and this is in the color Wicked Whisper. I love my Pat McGrath Labs. When I was decluttering, I knew these were not going to go anywhere. And the problem with me is I have a lot of glosses. I got rid of a ton of lipsticks because I just wasn't wearing them. But my glosses, so hard, because I love a good gloss, and I wear them actually, to be fair. So I kept a lot of my glosses, but it just reminded me how good this formula is. What? So good. Anyway, I'm going to put this on. It's giving baby doll, don't you think? This whole look. And then to finish off the face, I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1. Or am I actually? You see, here's the thing. Because we use that mattifying primer, it's done a really good job of mattifying the face. Hopefully you guys can see that even with the products that we use that are typically considered to be a little bit more on the natural side, like the Summer Fridays has a natural finish to it, and the glowish powders actually have a very glowy finish to them. But the face is looking matte right now, so I'm wondering whether I should use this or whether I should use my Urban Decay one, because the Urban Decay will actually, maybe I'll mix them, girl. Let's mix, let's play. So what I was gonna say is that the Urban Decay, this one, Up All Nighter, has a really great way of bringing all the vivid colors on your face to life. Okay, just watch. Did you guys see that? Did you see that? When I use this spray, I typically focus it on the blush area or the blush side, so that why am I getting lost? So that the blush can really kind of just jump out at everyone, you know what I mean? So that's what that's looking like. But I don't love, I think it's because I've got an old one, so I don't know, I don't always love the finish of that. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this. This will bring the moisture back to the face for sure. Only thing is, this nozzle is crazy. It'd be spitting at you. Alrighty, and I think we are done with the face. My dress keeps popping, but I think we are done with the face. It still might be a little bit wet, but just hold tight, it's the finishing sprays. But yeah, that's been the video, you guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching me play around with my makeup. I probably will end up doing a few more makeup videos, if I'm honest with you, because I'm back in the spirit. I'm back in the spirit, and I've really been enjoying it. And I think that's the thing. Life is about enjoying yourself. Life is about enjoying yourself. You have to focus on the things that you enjoy to create more of the things that you want to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Wasn't really for anything else, but just for my enjoyment, and hopefully you got something from it as well, lovely ladies and guys. But I will be back with another video very shortly. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.